Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Muffin Show, your morning carbo love of real estate.
Good morning, Jen. That was very mild today. I loved it.
Thank you. I know I don't know how to put it.
That's
A little
okay.
beside myself today. I'm still waking up. I didn't have my morning routine today, so I'm slacking already.
Okay, that's all right. Well, I'm Lisa Wichmann,
And I'm Jennifer Cotis.
and we're the Wichmann Real Estate Group out of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yep, at Keller Williams Integrity Lakes.
Yes.
Woo-hoo. So today we have the fabulous topic of credit repair.
It's a
So
really important topic,
mhm,
isn't it?
it
Yes.
is. I I get this a lot. Like I get somebody that's like, I really want to buy a house. And I was like, that's really great. Let's talk about it. And they're like, oh, but my credit score is terrible. And I was like, oh, really? What is it? And they're like, I actually don't know. And I was like, why do you think it's terrible then? Like, do you get that
Well,
sometimes?
do I get that sometimes? I work with a lot of first-time home buyers, and so many of them say that. But there's two things. Number one, some people think they have to have a 700 credit score, which is not true. I mean, obviously, if you have the higher your credit score, the better your interest rate's going to be, and the better term, whatever. But a lot of them don't know, or a lot of them get their credit score from Credit Karma, which is inaccurate. And, so people don't know. But one thing I learned, because I was talking to a credit repair company this morning, is that 38% of home mortgages applications get denied. I had no
Wow,
idea that that number was so high. Did you?
38%?
38% of mortgages get denied. So we're talking about credit repair, and what we're really talking about is credit wellness and debt wellness, which equals financial wellness.
I have to say that number actually doesn't surprise me.
It
Okay.
doesn't surprise me either.
And this is the reason why is because people tend to love to shop, right? It's fun to shop. It's the best thing out there. And it's fun to say, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I want. I want it. And then they go and they find a real estate agent or they contact the listing agent and they write an offer on it, but they haven't done any pre-approval. And so, and then, even if the offer is accepted, well, now they got to hurry up, get their they got the application, they got all the paperwork in, and then it goes to underwriting and it fails. So I think that it's surprising maybe to you and to me that high number because that's not the way we operate. We
Oh
operate
my
with
gosh, no.
education first, which is why we do this show.
Education first. And the other, a huge reason, not just shopping and stuff, but car payments. Okay, I'm just telling you right now, I'm buying a car. It's about $25,000. And if I did not put a huge chunk of money down, I'd have a $600 payment. And I talk to people all the time and I ask them, how much is your car payment? Because we talk about their debt when we are kind of pre-qualifying them and trying to learn about their history. And they'll say, oh, I have a $500 or a $600 car payment. And then on top of car payments, then there's student loan debt. So then you've got the two of those, and their debt to income ratio is so high that they don't qualify. So there's a lot of things to talk about, and working with a credit repair company can help you. They can guide you and so forth. But there are good companies and there are bad companies out there. So we have some good companies that we want to talk about, and we are also going to talk about one in particular, not so great company.
Yes. Oh, I'm just writing this out because you'll hear this a lot. And I can't spell today, so please excuse me. So DTI, we use those abbreviations a lot, debt to income ratio. So the DTI is just as important as your credit score. So I think that often people focus too much on their credit score and not enough on their DTI.
And well, why don't you explain what it really is? Because some people might not even understand what debt to income ratio means.
Yeah, okay. So it's very simple. I'm just gonna do it. So it takes all of your debt payments, like the good news is they take like credit card payments is they take your minimum balance due, right? So the minimum payment due, and then they take all of those payments and they crunch them up top, and then they divide it by your income. And that number equals your debt to income ratio.
So talking a little bit further about that, so they include credit card debt, auto loan debt, student loan debt. They aren't talking about your cell phone payment or your rent or whatever, internet, things like that. So they're looking at your things that are going to affect your credit.
Yeah. Installment payments, which are things like car payments and student loan debt, and then revolving credit, like credit cards, clothing lines, things like that. Those are, and then also there's another thing that they look at that's like a silent third party in all these ratio is how much of a balance do you have left? So what is your credit balance? So for example, if you have a credit card of $1,000, they want to see like $300 on that credit card instead of $700 on that credit card.
So they always want to see less than 30% or less on those balances. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So there's all kinds of things that take place in a home mortgage. But just remember that getting your payments down. So this is tax season, right? And I always like to tell people, talk to your mortgage professional before you take your refund, if you get one. I know this year is going to be an exceptional year, right?
Right.
Take your refund and wait before you pay off debt, because your loan officer, your mortgage professional will be able to help you navigate which direction you should go in order to benefit. And if you need a credit repair person, which is why we're here talking about credit repair, then we can talk about that. If you need your credit needs further massaging, like maybe there was some real damage done. And we're talking about judgments, collections, things like that are on your record, all the different jargon that we can talk about next week, when we'll have credit repair part 2.
We are having credit repair part 2. We're going to have a credit repair company representative or owner come on the show, because I think it's really important. And a lot of people, like 38% of people, can't get a mortgage. And then there's probably, there's so many more people who aren't even trying to get a mortgage because they don't know, they're afraid. And a lot of people think that I can't apply for a mortgage because that'll affect my credit rating. If I have somebody do a hard pull on my credit rating is going to go down, which is not true. So, well,
because they want you to shop around. They want you to be able to. Oh, it looks like. We want you to be able to shop around and have that great consumerism. So if we want to find a lender that works for you, so you might have 1, 2, 3 hard pulls. Granted, if you're out there shopping for weeks on end, you see every lender possible, you have 5 to 10 credit pulls, that's going to be different. But it's important to do. Yeah. So let's get into the meat and potatoes on this, because we can easily talk about this all day long, but we're going to have 2 parts of this credit. But do you want to start with we'll make your company last, since we're going to focus majority on them next week. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to share my screen with some people, and I do have to say that I do have a favorite company. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's United Credit Education Services. And I'm going to show you here. I was just on their website. They really do focus on the education part of it. And this is where I think the American education like school system is actually failing is because they don't teach you how to buy a house, all about credit, things like this. So actually this company, and I couldn't find it on here anymore. So if I speak to beyond my words, I apologize, but they used to offer a scholarship to students who
Really?
studied this information and they could apply for a scholarship for school. Yeah, so here we go. So education is key to using credit wisely here. And so it has information for students, for example, here, like what is a credit card? Choosing a credit card, qualifying for one, credit history. I'm just scrolling really fast. What all the jargon is, annual fee, APR, balance transfer. They teach you everything. And I think that, especially like unsecured credit cards and things like that, I love this company because of that. The other thing they do, and you guys can watch the video, I'll send links. I'm going to put the links to this in the comments. But instead of, they do have credit, like lawyers, attorneys on staff. But what they do is you apply, and then their credit reports are pulled, and then they analyze them and they see which one's actually harming you. And then instead of sending out one dispute letter at a time, they just, which some companies do, and we can talk about them, they'll be coming up. They dispute all of them at the same time. Now, sometimes you have to dispute a credit, like a judgment or something, multiple times on your record. And so you'll have to go through this process, but they do it all at once. And then you get it just like a typical lawyer, you get a copy of the letters first, you approve them, and then they go out, or you sign them and mail them out. And then you get access to their portal.
I have a question for you. So is this a national company?
This is a national company. Yep.
And is this something where they just apply online?
Yes.
Or do they call first and have a consultation or anything like that?
They can have a consultation. I don't know. She moved, and I feel bad. I've lost some of my contacts during the pandemic. Some people have gone into like retirement early and things like that. So I'm going to reach out and see if they're still there. That's why we're doing a credit number 2. So, but the great thing about this is I do have a local contact for this. So if you need one and you want one, you can. Oh, and also if you call them, they're a national company, they'll tell you if they have a representative in the neighborhood, and then you can meet with them. Although okay. I think that nowadays everything is so virtual that who knows?
Right.
Okay.
But I love their website.
It is really great. You guys, it's so nice. I'm just going to copy it. Just that process page, and I'll put it here in the comments below. Okay, now the other one, which is super popular, that everybody sees all the time is, and I'm going to share my screen again, is Lexington Law. Okay. Now, I am going to talk about it. They are, every company is great. I find them a little slower than United Credit Consultants. They do one dispute at a time. They really walk you through the process, and they really kind of make the process, this is my own opinion, okay? So please, if you have other opinions, share them with me. Change my mind. I think they draw out the process a little long, and I think they want to do that in a way that's maybe educational. But the education part isn't there. Like in my experience with them working with clients. Now, if you will please tell me something different, because okay. I would love to change my opinion of I think they're a legitimate business, and I would love to know something different about them.
Okay, I have an opinion about them as well.
Okay.
It's not a positive one. I have worked with so many people because, again, I do a lot of marketing, and I attract a lot of first-time home buyers, and a lot of first-time home buyers, like we were talking about, have not so great credit. And I've had so many people working with Lexington Law to no avail. And I think they charge about $100 a month. Don't quote me on that, please. But they're drawn, like you said, they're drawn out. They don't do things quickly.
They
And
don't dispute all the letters or all the disputes at the same time. They do one at a time. And it can make, if you have a lot on your plate, on your credit report, all these like different, well, like I said, we'll talk about the jargon next time. I'm not always of mine.
I personally would not recommend them because I've not had anybody have success with them that I personally worked with that has then gone on to buy a home.
I see, you guys. I love this. This is why people need to make more educational shows like this. So you can get the good and the bad, the opinions, and you can educate yourself. And please, by all means, like I said, if there's something different out there, change our minds. Comment below.
Definitely.
Okay. Now I'm going to stop. I will stop sharing the screen here. And I want to talk about one for business that I have never, ever used. This might get a little long today. But there is one, and I don't always like the word doctor. So I hope that there's actually like a doctor out there that works there, because I don't think you should use the name doctor without a PhD behind your name.
What are they called?
American Credit Doctors. And now this is a business credit. Okay. They have a program called Business Finance Suite, where you can go in and you can build business credit. Okay. That's why they got Ivanka Trump right here. I don't know. She looks like, she's not, but she looks like.
I was going to say that is not Ivanka Trump.
No. I think this is really fun. Credibility. They have a page on here. Wait, where is it? Business loans, about us. They have an about us page that doesn't have anything on it. And I hope you guys can see these pictures. So Lisa, do you ever read The Onion?
I have.
Okay, and they have those little thumbnails with people, like little normal people they interview that have weird things to say. These are those thumbnails, right? And look at them. They are taken mid-sentence from a video camera. It looks like without their knowledge. Look at this guy. This guy's mouth is totally agape.
That's funny.
I know. I don't know if these people are aware of it or if they're real. I always wonder. It just reminded me of The Onion this morning, because who would allow somebody to take their picture, especially the woman,
with your mouth open or your eyes closed or making a weird face. Yeah.
I've never used them before. I came across their website. I saw that. It made me laugh. I had to say something. Credit doctors out there, I wish you the best of luck, but let's talk about your website. Okay, now, Lisa, we're getting a little long today. I'm sorry to do that. But credit.
I think it's a really important topic because so many people have issues. And if they're interested, they will continue to watch the whole show. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about credit-wise and Credit Life. No. I'm sorry, not Credit-wise. Credit Life. And they are actually a local company here in Burnsville. And what I really like about them is they are about, this is who I was talking to this morning, and they talk about credit wellness. They talk about debt wellness and financial wellness. And they offer a free consultation to begin with to see what they can actually do for you. So they will, I'm not sure that they pull your credit. They may pull your credit for no charge, of course, that first consultation, but we're going to have him on next week, the owner of the company. And I like that they do the one-on-ones, and really they can tell you specifically how long it's going to take. And in some cases, it might take 2-3 months, and then you're going to be able to buy a house. And what people are doing is they are going through credit repair to get a mortgage. He gave me a little bit of a quote, and he said, so many what if scenarios when it comes to finances. What you need is the next step is really a consultation.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we're not experts in it. We'll have a conversation with you. I have conversations with my clients all the time of, sometimes I ask them too many questions maybe about what their monthly income is and how much debt they have so that we know if we should even be sending them to a lender. And that's why I find out, I have a $600 car payment. On my student loan payment's $500, and they make $3,000 a month. Well, that's not going to qualify you for a mortgage, most likely. So, anyway, Rick Wenner is I believe he's the owner, and we'll have a link.
He was watching today. He had a little thumbs up, but I wish I could. It
might be Rick. Who knows?
It said Rick Wenner and Jared Havens. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so they're watching us this morning.
Love it.
And we're going to have Rick on next week. So we're going to dive in a little bit deeper to this on this subject. So please, if you are interested, watch us next week for sure. And we'll get you hooked up with Rick if you have any questions.
Oh gosh, yes. And I just, especially this year being such last 2020 being such, like I said, an exceptional year. There's so much of a gap between the people that did really well this year and the people that did really poorly this year. So there is room for repair and growth and help. So please.
And like you said, it's all about education.
All about education.
And the education is out there and people don't know necessarily where to get that education. Mm-hmm. Or they think it's going to cost them an arm and a leg.
That's why we do this for free. Hugs. Oh, love you guys.
Oh my gosh, you're great.
I do. It's so important, you guys.
It is.
One, expert knowledge is a power. Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, we're running really long today. Yes. You guys stay tuned next week for our credit. Tomorrow we have a guest on. The subject will be wealth management.
Wealth management. And some retirement things and so forth. So yeah, we have a special guest, John Emery. He's from Pennsylvania, and he will be on tomorrow.
Yay. And he's very handsome. So if you guys are out there watching, he does have a family, but he's really nice to look at. So if you just want to call or watch just for that, shameless plug. Okay.
I can't wait to tell him that you said that. That's awesome. All right, everybody, have a great day.
Watch this, and he's going to be red in the face. He's like, I'm not going to want to go on now, Jen. Okay, guys. Love you. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye now.
See you tomorrow.